Shots fired in the school.
We have the shooter in a classroom.
A deadly school shooting in Highlands Ranch sent shockwaves through our state.
It's hard to speak. I just need my kid up.
Days later, leaders pledged millions of dollars to boost school safety.
It's amazing how quick, after an act of domestic terror, we can find funds and money.
Tonight, an exclusive Denver7 investigation has discovered a vast majority of that money has not been spent.
I don't understand what the delay is.
Why is the Douglas County School District sitting on the cash? And is it putting students at risk?
Some projects cannot move forward until other projects are completed.
There is frustration, but it's the type of frustration that we've dealt with for years.
Tonight, Denver7 investigator Jennifer Kovalevsky is going directly to those in charge to get answers.
Every single day,
Hello.
John and Maria Castillo come to this spot. This section of grass.
How you doing, Bubba?
It's their way of connecting with their son, Kendrick.
How are you doing?
Oh boy, every day's a struggle for my wife and I.
Nearly 2 years have passed since 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo died a hero.
Shots fired in the school.
Oh my God.
So we have a shooter in room 107.
A classmate shot and killed their son inside the STEM school. The date, May 7th, 2019, forever embossed in their memories.
We were pleased to see that those funds were made available. However, it was also heart-wrenching that it's like a day too late, if you will. I mean, it wasn't enough to be there to save our son.
He's talking about the $10 million the Douglas County Commissioners redirected to improve school security and mental health.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
That unanimous vote came just days after their son's life was taken.
It's amazing how quick, after an act of domestic terror, we can find funds and money and start working on solutions.
Fast forward to now, 676 days later. And Denver7 Investigates uncovered the school district has only spent a fraction of that money. Millions of dollars meant to keep kids safe and address mental health.
You know, I'm kind of blown away by that and taken back, because in all honesty and actuality with COVID, I mean, there's never been a more ideal time to put a plan in action.
Take a look at the numbers. Commissioners gave Douglas County schools nearly $7 million. The rest mainly went to private and charter schools. But records show nearly 2 years since the shooting, the district has only spent a little over $1 million. That's just 16%, leaving $5.6 million unspent, sitting in the bank.
I gotta hear why. It seems inexplicable to me.
He's the prosecutor trying one of the accused shooters.
I don't understand what the delay is.
But perhaps more importantly, former district attorney George Brockler is a father with 4 kids in Douglas County schools.
I think the community, me too, deserve to hear what the details are of that failure.
So I can address the issue on physical security.
He's responsible for overseeing the money.
Why has only $1 million of that money been spent more than a year later?
Because there's multiple projects, and so some projects cannot move forward until other projects are completed. And with COVID, everything was pushed back.
Rich Payne's the director of security and safety for the school district. He says when COVID shut the world down, it also brought their efforts to a halt.
It took a different turn for all of us. I would love to have all this done.
Payne says they've already decided where the remaining $5 million will go. They're just waiting for the projects to be completed before they pay out the funds.
What would you say to those who question why more of this money hasn't been spent?
If they could sit in my shoes to be a good steward, I'm not just going to randomly go out and spend money and say this is the first product that I'm going to look at. I have procedures I have to follow.
And if it hadn't been for COVID, we would have an entirely different set of circumstances.
Laura Thomas is one of the commissioners who voted to give the district the money.
And I'm sure that it will be spent as soon as possible. But that doesn't mean that the commissioners aren't watching and concerned and want this done as quickly as possible.
Every time I drive by the school, I think of that day.
Captain Troy McCarty was one of the first deputies to respond to the STEM school shooting.
What did you see when you walked into the school?
A bunch of heroes, kids, scared to death, and carnage.
It's a day he'll never stop thinking about. but he's now a part of the team making sure kids are safer.
Strengthen the physical security of the schools.
Would the sheriff's office have liked to have seen that process move a little bit quicker than it has?
As a group, yes, but we understand, the dilemma that the school district has to work with.
What would you want to say to the school district?
I'd want to say, step up your game and get to work.
Castillo just wants to make sure no other family has to go through their pain.
We can't wait until there's another event or whatever. And this money just sitting there, that's exactly what it's doing.
The school district says it hopes to have all the money spent by this summer. It wouldn't go into specifics about many of the projects, citing security, but it did say a lot of the money is being spent on improving communication, a radio system that will connect all 4 law enforcement agencies, the schools, and first responders. That's something that didn't exist before the shooting. We will stay on top of this. I'm Denver7 investigator Jennifer Kowaleski.